Alright, so I received both of these controllers a few weeks ago, but I haven't been able to fully test them out because both of them have a new technology built into them that I haven't learned yet. A lot of you guys have probably heard of it already, maybe even tested it out. Express LRS, or ELRS for short. Now, for those of you who don't know, ELRS is a new-ish control link between your controller and your drone, which started becoming popular maybe half a year ago. A lot of people are really excited about it because it's open source, and it can give you a strong, reliable signal that you can use to fly really far, but on a budget. Now, if you were to get started with another long-range system, like Crossfire, which is what I use now, for the module and the receivers, that would cost you almost $100 on top of the price of whatever controller you decide to buy. Now, I think the only exception to that would be getting the Tango 2, which has Crossfire built in, but that controller is usually out of stock and it's pretty hard to get. When it comes to ELRS though, pretty much any new controller hitting the market right now comes with the option of having ELRS built in. And the most amazing part is that you can usually select that option for practically no added cost than if you were to choose a different option, which sounds awesome because most of the other options available will not give you that type of range. However, what I've been constantly hearing is that the downside of using ELRS is because it's open source, the software might be a little bit less streamlined and you might run into a few more problems, or it might be a little bit harder to set up. And FPV already requires you to learn so many things all the time that for me, I usually opt for whatever's going to make my life easier so I can spend less time in front of the computer and more time in the air. Honestly, for me, this whole programming and software side of things is my least favorite part of FPV. I don't mind building or repairing my drones, but when it comes to learning all the software needed to fix it, tuning, changing parameters, learning about frequencies, control links, all of that just doesn't interest me whatsoever. I still try to learn it. I try to learn as much as possible because it's good to know, and the more of it you learn, the more possibilities it opens up in terms of customization. But what I'm trying to say is it doesn't excite me whatsoever. Express LRS is important though, and I know a lot of people starting out are gonna be intrigued by it. So today I'm gonna try to figure it out. The first step for me was getting my quad set up by installing an ELRS receiver into it. Luckily, this was the exact same process as any other receiver I've installed in the past. So after doing it a ton of times, it was honestly really simple. And even if it is your first time, on its own, I really wouldn't say it's that hard. But the reason it sucks so much in the beginning is because there are so many of these small tasks that you have to learn that when you're learning them all at once, it can definitely be pretty overwhelming. The good thing is that now FPV is becoming more accessible than ever. And if you buy a pre-built quad, you can actually probably skip this step altogether. Pretty much any new FPV drone will come with an ELRS option, and if you select that during checkout, it will come with the receiver pre-installed. The next step for me was to go into my controller settings and do a basic setup. This is something that you'll have to do for pretty much any controller, but I noticed that most of it was already done on the Radiomaster Zorro, which made it really easy as well. The toughest part about this, again, is that if you decide to watch a video tutorial, the steps might vary slightly from controller to controller. And I think this is another area where a lot of beginners run into problems. If the gear that you're using doesn't match up 100% with the gear being used in a tutorial, then sometimes you might not yet have the knowledge to know what small changes you have to make in order for it to work for your setup. And then all of a sudden you're left wondering why it's not working, even though you followed it step by step. This is why one thing I always try to recommend is that if you're starting out, you get gear that is popular. Because the more people that are using it, the higher the chances are that you'll be able to find a gear-specific tutorial on how to set it up or troubleshoot it. Being able to search Radiomaster Zorro ELRS setup instead of watching a general ELRS video will make your life 100 times easier. And that's exactly what I did. I referenced a few different videos on setting it up, always making sure to give a like to those that I found helpful. And in under an hour, I was able to download the software I needed, flash the new firmware, set up my binding phrase, and my drone successfully took off. I definitely felt unsure at times as I was following along, but overall it was much easier and faster than I thought it'd be. One thing I'll say is that when it comes to any new technical skill that I've learned in FPV, one thing that's helped me out the most was starting to expect to run into roadblocks. because chances are you will run into some sort of problem. And especially when you're starting out, nothing will ever seem like it's going according to plan. But if you expect them to come, then you won't get as frustrated when they do, and instead of panicking, you can get right to work in finding a solution. I also kind of touched on this above, but the more you learn, the easier it gets. Each one of those roadblocks that you successfully overcome is literally like a level up to your skills, and the more competent you will become at overcoming them in the future. Also, as a bonus, the more you become competent at something, the more you tend to enjoy doing it. And I can definitely say that's true in my case. I definitely enjoy it more now than I did at the beginning. But finally, what do I think of this whole ELRS setup, and would I recommend it to a beginner? I think no matter what, my opinion on this will be skewed a little bit, because I know that some of these steps were a lot easier for me because I've done similar stuff numerous times at this point. But I do agree with what Joshua Bardwell said in one of his videos, that although the ELRS software is a little bit less streamlined and polished than, let's say, Crossfire, it really isn't that much harder to figure out. I think if you're someone who is just intimidated by this whole process and just maybe computers aren't your strong suit, then getting something like the DJI FPV controller and getting a full digital setup could be the way to go. That would allow you to set everything up with very minimal tinkering. But if you're fairly confident in your abilities and you think you could set up Crossfire, FrSky, or any of the other systems, then I think you could set up ELRS as well. It's really not that bad. But anyways, that's it for this video. I don't know if it was helpful in any way, but I hope you guys got something out of it. As always, I appreciate all of you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.